Homeboy turns around swinging. It was the hottest slap I've ever received in my entire life. I was both scared and zoned out. And people seeing me with a bruised face and asking me, "Oh Tracy, what happened?" And I'll be like, "This guy that I like hit me." Like,
only see the stars when it's shining so bright. With my heart on my sleeves, we've been on the same beam. City lights pop, but my heart being dark. Don't suffocate, cause you only live once. Baby, don't suffocate no more.
Yeah. Liquor ain't sipping. How can I fall asleep when I'm chasing all my dreams? So I stay awake like the sun. Outshine my shadows, making all this music like it's...
hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're giving you guys a little story time today about my experience being with an abusive guy. Okay, disclaimer, I don't want anyone to be expecting me to cry during this video or like get extremely emotional, because this is something that I have overcome. And like, honestly speaking, I'm at a point where I'm just like, you know what, I just wish a guy would try me, you know. I'm just making this video in order to raise awareness about the topic based on like gender-based violence, domestic violence type of thing. And I just want to encourage women who are kind of going through the same situation and to know like what to do or like how to handle certain situations like this,
because society sides with a man.
So I'm gonna give you guys a quick backstory about like how me and this dude were like vibing. First of all, let me start by telling you guys, him and I were not dating, okay? We were still in the talking phase, because I personally like to get to know a person before like thinking about relationship type of thing. Cool. So as we still in the talking phase, the thing is, back then I would say young and naive, you know. I mean, I won't lie, I'm still young now, but still I was like younger. Fast forward, he had this thing whereby he would always like compliment me. Okay, I won't lie, I like being complimented, and I believe everybody likes being complimented, both male and female. Cool. Yeah, I like that about him. Okay, but then on the other hand, before he compliments me, he would always have this thing like he would it's practically emotional abuse, man. Like, he would always demoralize me, like say something bad, and then like after saying something bad, and then he sees that okay, I'm phased and like this thing really hurt me, and then he turns around and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you know, like you're extremely beautiful and this is that, that, that." I felt like he was kind of extremely manipulative. Okay, like whatever his intentions were, they were working, because for some weird reason my emotions for him kept growing even more. The more he would, okay, I get it now. Whenever he'd emotionally abuse me, he would make me feel small. Like, I would feel so small and insignificant, and then when I do, he picks me up, almost like, you know, I don't know, let's say supply and demand. Okay, I'm a doctor. Okay, I come to you, I slit your wrist. Once I slit your wrist, you obviously need help to stop the bleeding, so you're going to come back to me to help you stop bleeding type of thing. That's like the type of thing that he would do. And honestly speaking, that tactic was something, it was so terrible. Like, I honestly don't understand. Like, if you are watching this video and you like using that tactic, I'm just like, please stop. You know, that's like the worst thing that you could ever do to a person, because it messes up with a person's mind. Okay, yes, it will have this person extremely emotionally attached to you, but still, like, that's some shady stuff right there. Okay, cool. As I said, he would always emotionally abuse me, and then he would follow it up by complimenting me. And this is like something that he would do on a regular basis. Like, every single time we would talk, he would always do this crap. Cool. Fast forward, I got used to it, and I honestly thought that it was normal, because he was, if I was not mistaken, he was one of the first guys I like ever spoken to in a way like that's not just plain friendship type of thing. Cool. So because like everything was just all new to me, I was like, oh, okay, you know, I was aware that, you know what, love is not like the same as in the movies. So I was like, okay, maybe this is how it is in real life. You know, it's not so perfect, you know, Tracy, just accept how it is. real life love is not the one on TV. It's not the one you've been seeing in these fairy tales with them all being all romantic and like living all happily ever after. The real life stuff comes with some rocky roads and some shady stuff, you know? Okay, so we've established that shady trick that he was using on me. That shady trick got me extremely attached to him. I liked him a lot. So because I liked him a lot, I enjoyed talking to him a lot. Like, we would always talk to each other. And like when we were in class, he sat like right in front of me, I sat behind him, and because I liked him a lot, I liked calling him, I liked saying his name, I liked just like talking to him a lot. Okay, cool. He was busy. I don't know what he was doing, but he was busy. And then I called out his name, and he wasn't responding. I know, okay, at this point, like now that I'm saying it, I know that I was being a little obnoxious, you know, but still, cool. As I'm repeatedly calling out his name, homeboy turns around swinging. Like, I don't even remember what was on my mind, but dude, thank God I have like the best reflexes ever, because I know if I did not have good reflexes, I would have sat still and he was gonna give me the hottest slap I've ever received in my entire life. Because when, like, as he turned around, his hand, okay, like he turned around swinging. Okay, I don't even know how to explain it. He turned around like this, okay, and it wasn't like a back step, it was like a forward step, because so I could like see his whole body like rotating kind of thing, like this. Cool. As he's like rotating, he quickly, but then he did it swiftly, okay. As he's coming, as he turned, my reflexes were like, whoa, you know. I like moved back, and as I moved back, I legit felt a very strong wind bypass me. It was like dude, it was terrible. Honestly speaking, that at that moment right there and then, like all the little emotions and those little feelings that I felt for him just went out the window. I just felt like my whole world just paused. Everything was just on pause. Like, I couldn't even hear anything. Like, dude, I was both scared and zoned out. Like, I was completely out of it. I will never forget that day. Like, I was just zoned out, and I looked at him. Like, once he missed, he looked at me, and he was like looking at me with a look of, I don't know, regret or something. Like, he was looking like, I don't know, like he regret what he tried to do or something like that. But then I couldn't even look at him. I remember my heart was so broken, you know. Like, the thing is, when you really, really like a person and they try to hurt you, man, like, that's like the worst thing. Actually, the last thing that you would expect from a person that you really like, because a person that you like is supposed to be that person that like comforts you, you know, becomes like your safe place, not for a person that you like to be something that you want to run away from. That's like the worst thing ever. Totally not ideal type of thing. So as I was there, I looked at him. Then once I looked at him, like, as I said, all my feelings went out the window. I just looked down at my book and I was like, you know what, Trey, just keep working, you know, stay focus on your books, you know. Like, this is like, one of my girls had this one saying, you know, books before boys, and I was like, yeah, I'm a roll with that, you know. So as I was busy, you know, working, but then, like, honestly speaking, I was extremely emotional. Oh my goodness, I wanted to cry, because first of all, it wasn't just the fear of him hitting me that like broke my heart. It was also the fact that him, of all people, you know, the person that I liked, tried to hit me. I know I can be obnoxious at times, but like, still, honestly speaking, I feel like there is no given reason or like way to justify a person trying to hit you or hitting you, and you trying to like talk about, oh no, my guy has trust issues. No, my guy has anger issues, or something like that. Or you're like, dude, no, So as I was like writing, focusing on my books, I was there all emotional, and he kept trying to call my name. He was like, Tracy, and I ignored him. And as I ignored him, one of my friends was like sitting next to me. I feel like she was kind of jealous of the vibes that we had. Cool. So she was like, oh, what do you want to ask her? Or whatever you want to ask her, you can ask me. And then she's like smiling, I felt like she was just trying to like make a move on the guy. That also hurt me. Like, I was like, girl, I'm here having drama with this dude that I like, and you know that I like him, and now you're here trying to finesse him right next to me. Like, she's sitting right next to me trying to finesse the dude. And I was like, that day was just like, I was just full of a lot of emotions. First of all, remember the fear of being slapped, the fact that I liked him and he tried to hit me, and now my friend is here trying to finesse the dude. And I was just like, what the F? Type of thing. And then as she was like, whatever you want to ask her, you can ask me, he just looked at her, and then he turned around and ignored her. And then I was like, at least you got one thing right. Cool. Fast forward, after school, we went like, we were out. Fast forward, yeah, after school, we were like outside. No, I didn't meet up with him. Yes, I didn't meet up with him. I didn't want to talk to him. I just wanted nothing to do with him. Cool. As we were like, yeah, cool. Fast forward, homegirl. Remember, homegirl was trying to finesse the dude. She came to me and she was like, oh, hi, like your dude. Talking about like that dude. We were not dating, talking face, remember. She was like, oh, like your dude was like apologizing. He's like, he hopes that you could forgive him, and this is that. He's very sorry, and he wishes that you would talk to him again, like not ignore him. This is that. And I was like, honestly, I wouldn't lie. A part of me was happy, and I was like, oh my goodness, he's apologetic. That's so cool. He actually apologized. But then like another part of me was like, Tracy, really do you really wanna just forgive this guy and act like nothing happened? Because first of all, that situation made me remember every single thing that he was doing, like the wrong things he was doing. I remembered like the emotional abuse, and then I was like, okay, first of all, he was extremely emotionally abusive. And then I was like, now to couple it with this, and I was just like asking myself, like, what would happen if he actually hit me? Like, I don't even know. What was I gonna do? I was gonna get back home and be like, what? Like, let's say I could just imagine people seeing me with a bruised face and asking me, oh, Tracy, what happened? And I'll be like, this guy that I like hit me. Like, no. So I just like ended it right there and then, like I didn't talk to him for like, not the entire year though. It was like a couple of months. I wasn't talking to him. I just kept ignoring him, and he got the message, And then fast forward, the little vibe that we had like died completely. It was just like completely dead. Okay, so once our vibe completely died, that's when I realized that, what, as women, like, I just want you all to also know, you are not obligated to fix a person. Actually, like all genders, both guys, female, you're not obligated. If you're with a person who's extremely abusive or has like some messed up issues, you are not obligated to fix this person. Okay, this person can go to a trained professional, a psychologist that will help them, because at the end of the day, you're the one that's going to end up getting damaged from this relationship or like interaction with this person. Okay, so even after like our vibe had ended like completely ended, he still kept trying to reach out to me and like constantly trying to apologize. And as I said, we were not talking for like a couple of months. Then like close to like the end of the year, he came back to me and he's like, oh, how you doing, you know, stuff like that. I felt like he was like trying to woo me again, but then I was long gone, you know. And honestly speaking, I want you to know that like being in, actually mostly as females especially, because you always be on some, oh, it's my guy, you know, I have to stay with him by his side no matter what. Yeah, he beat me, but there's so many other women that are also getting beaten up by men, so it's not that bad. Honey, no. Honestly speaking, the one thing I would say is like I want to like clear that misconception of all men are the same, because like that's totally not true. Okay, just because one guy beats you up doesn't mean that like every single guy beats up women. Okay, there are good guys out there. Okay, and I'm just like, you do not necessarily need to settle for a guy that's just like constantly hitting you and you just keep justifying his actions, talking about, oh no, you know, he was stressed, oh I annoyed him, oh I don't know, I was being obnoxious or stuff like that. You trying to like blame yourself for it. No, it's not you, it's him. Because like no matter what you do, what you put this guy through, what is going on in his life, him hitting you is like the worst thing ever. Okay, and like you trying to call that love, honey, I'm just like that's definitely not it. Okay, definitely not it. Okay, honestly speaking, what I can say is if you are like in an abusive relationship, you can either do two things. Okay, it's either you walk away or you ask this person to go get help, like from a psychologist, or you train psychologist. Don't just be on some, oh I'm gonna get some anger pills for him and this is just gonna help. No, actually no, even females can get aggressive. Just like let your partner get like help. Okay, and then like yeah, y'all can like be together happily ever after. But for me, I was way too young to be committing to a guy like that and talking about I'm gonna invest my time into this dude. No, I was on some, you know what, I'm out, you know, because it was my very first time experiencing such, you know. Yeah. Okay guys, so that's it from my story time. I sincerely hope that it was inspirational, you know, motivational to you as an individual.
I pull up in the dark in the night, I got nothing on me. Got the birds in the trap and they sing, got me running the scene. What you got, I need